A very good evening to everyone present here. It's indeed a matter of immense pride and great joy to welcome you all to the 146th online interactive session, which also marks the 115th Leadership Development Program by Corporate Mentor, organized by Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research. On behalf of DSPSO family, I extend my warmest greetings to our honorable guest speaker for the day, Dr. Chandra Mauli Dwivedi sir, Honorable Senior Professor Ajay Kumar Singh sir, Honorable Director of the college, Professor Dr. Mahesh Sharma sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh sir, esteemed faculty members, and all my dear fellow students. I, Khushi Datta, a proud BBA student at DSPSR, feel truly honored to stand before you this evening. DSPSR has always been committed to empowering students with leadership skills, industry exposure, and holistic learning experiences. And today's session stands as another significant step in that transformative journey of growth and excellence. To begin this evening on an auspicious note, let us all participate in the lighting of the virtual lamp, symbolizing the victory of knowledge over ignorance and the illumination of wisdom, learning, and positive energy. May this light of knowledge continue to inspire us to strive for excellence and contribute meaningfully to society. Now, I kindly request Arun sir to please play the virtual lamp lighting video.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते।
It's my utmost pleasure and honor to welcome our distinguished guest speaker for the day, Dr. Chandra Mauli Dwivedi sir, Group CHRO at Aarav Global Product and Services Group of Companies. Sir is an accomplished leader with over 30 years of rich experience in global human resource management, having successfully managed over 20,000 employees across 30 countries. His professional journey reflects excellence, vision, and an unyielding commitment to human and organizational development. Sir has previously served as President and Global Head Corporate HR and CSR at Datamatics Group of Companies, Group CHRO at ESDS Software Solutions, Pasrani Group of Companies, and Financial Technologies Group, and as Director of a top 25 leading business school. Sir is also an adjunct professor of human resources at Billa Global University and serves as a corporate advisor to several reputed organizations, a PhD in industrial psychology, and a certified corporate director from the Institute of Directors. Dr. Chandra Mauli sir is also a trained lead assessor for the SEI People Capability Maturity Model developed by Carnegie Mellon University, USA. Throughout his illustrious career, Sir has been the recipient of several prestigious honors, including the Young Scientist Award from the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, the G.R.D. Tata HR Leadership Award, Greatest HR Professional of India, and recognition among the top 30 most talented global HR leaders by the World HRD Congress. He has chaired and participated in numerous national and international conferences such as CII, FICCI, NASCOM, NIPM, and the World HRD Congress, and has been featured on CNBC, ET Now, ABP News, and GTV, and Star News for his professional insights. Beyond his corporate contributions, Sir is deeply committed to social causes and has been actively associated with ISKCON's midday meal initiative, Akshaya Patra, which feeds lakhs of children every day. On behalf of DSPSA, we extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you, Dr. Chandra Mauli Dwivedi, sir. We are truly honored to have you with us today, and we look forward to gaining wisdom and inspiration from your vast experience in leadership and human resource excellence and organizational transformation. We are also delighted to have with us today the moderator, Mr. Eklavya, a BCom student at DSPSO. He is a bright, articulate, and enthusiastic student with a keen interest in leadership management and public communication. His dedication to learning and his active involvement in academic initiatives truly reflect the DSPS spirit of discipline and excellence. On behalf of DSPS, I warmly welcome you, Mr. Eklavya, and wish you all the best in moderating this insightful and interactive session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Miss Khushi. It is our privilege to welcome you, Dr. Chandra sir, to 146th online interactive session. We are truly honored to have you with us today. I am certain that your insights will make this session not only highly engaging for the students, but also enriching to everyone present here. To make this session more interactive and beneficial for students, I would now like to ask you, sir, some questions focused on student development and career growth and opportunities. Shall I, sir?
Yes, yes, please, please. Before that, I must thank Professor Ajay Kumar, Director, all faculty members and students for this wonderful opportunity. And absolutely so delighted to be with all of you. And you all are future leaders. So anything what we can share which add value to your future leaders. As Peter Drucker says, ki there won't be any manager, it is going to be business leaders. So we look forward all of you contributing to the country and to yourself and to your family and make all of us proud. Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, could you please begin by sharing your incredible professional journey that spans over 30 years in the field of human resources?
So, Eklabya, thank you so much and Khushi, great introduction. So, Eklabya, I start with the first line of Ramcharitmanas, where Tulsidas ji says, Swanta Sukhai Tulsi Raghunath Gatha, that I am writing this Ramayana not for anybody else, it is for my own pleasure. So, all of us, whatever profession we take, we must have a great pride. We must enjoy our profession. We must like our profession. And we must feel that in my field, in my domain, in my expertise, you must grow, you must learn from everybody, and that's how you will contribute to the company and to the industry and to the country. So the 30 years has been very, very enriching. I mean, started my schooling where there was no building, there was no chair, there was no table. It was all under the tree, and it was a complete Gurukul, and we never had even electricity in our village. So all the education has been on a very, very humble note and very, very humble way, and that's how started my academic journey from the village, then moved to the smaller towns, then Ayodhya, and then Allahabad, and all has been very enriching. I had been throughout the meritorious students started scholarship at the uh, from the sixth standard till the post graduation. So I used to give my scholarship to my some of friend who were not able to afford the college fee, school fee, and that's how, in a humble way, we used to contribute. And so last 30 years has been at different places. I must have traveled to almost all the continents because I used to manage 30, 40 countries across the globe, setting the policies, process, aligning the culture of different countries, because every country has different norms, rules, and the protocols. So it has been very exciting, and still continue with the same zeal, passion to add value to whosoever is associated with us. And that is how building the leaders is my passion. Building the and leading the leaders is also my priority. and of course, joy of giving, whether it is knowledge, whether it is Vidya Dan, whether it is Gyan Dan, whether it is any kind of joy in giving is always gives me a lot of satisfaction. Eklavya.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what initially inspired you to pick a career in HR and industrial psychology?
So this when I was doing my graduation, and then uh, what thought ki what are the subjects we should take, and I certainly met one professor, and he was professor of psychology. So I was greatly kind of impressed with his knowledge, wisdom, and the kind of focus on psychology. So I studied little more psychology, that what it takes. So I could find out there are almost 20 branches of psychology, whether clinical psychology, abnormal psychology, social psychology, research psychology, parapsychology, forensic psychology, pediatric psychology, neuropsychology, research psychology. So I could choose industrial psychology because I thought this way I will be able to help the industry and develop the leaders. Also, I had studied the clinical psychology, and which helped me to assess over 15,000 people who were affected by MIC gas tragedy in Bhopal due to and the government of US and government of India has constituted two groups of psychology to study the mental health impact due to MIC gas. So that's how I could understand more the human, the behavior, the nature, and the kind of dynamics of the behavior, fear, psychosis. And that report I submitted to Indian Council of Medical Research, and that is how one of the reason I got the Young Scientist Award from Ministry of Science and Technology at the age of 29 when I completed my PhD. Because for getting Young Scientist Award, you should be below 30 with PhD degree. So that's how I could completed my PhD within 2 years. Participated in the Indian Science Congress Association, and then uh, in one discipline. You get one young scientist award in the country, like engineering science, behavioral science, medical science. So every discipline, so I could get in the behavioral science, and that has made a lot of impact on me. And because of that, Bombay University had waived all the norms, and they recognized me as a PhD guide when I was 32 years old. Maybe Professor Ajay will say that I may be one of the youngest PhD guide in the country, because becoming PhD guide at 32, because you need to have some years of professor and associate professor. But Bombay University and I, four people have got already PhD degree awarded under me. So this industrial psychology helped me in these manner, and that helped me when I was the heading the global HR of different companies. That helped me to develop the desirable behavior, that helped me to develop the desirable leadership skills in my team, and that helped me greatly to identify the great leaders with the right talent and right attitude and with the culture fitness. Because you know what JRD Tata says, ki hire for the attitude, not for competence. So it is very important to have the person who has the right attitude, positive attitude, and align with your company culture. So the industrial psychology that helped me to build the leadership team at a different level in the different organization, and they help the organization to grow uh, globally. Yes, Eklab.
Thank you, sir. Sir, it was very insightful. Sir, you have led HR functions across more than 30 countries. What have been
Yes.
some of your key learnings from managing global teams?
So, Eklabya, again, two lines what Tulsidas ji has written. Bhavani Sankaro Bande Shraddha Vishwas Rupino. Shraddha is a trust, and Vishwas is the confidence. So, trust and confidence is very key determinants for any organization. So, I had focus basic three things: have lot of mutual trust, have confidence in your people, create a sense of pride in your organization, and create a culture of respect, create a culture of reward and recognition, create a culture of where employee feel empowered. So that's how I could create the one of the best organizations from the HR practices point of view. We got our possible awards from FICCI, CII, and all different forums for the innovative HR practices. And I could make very sure that every country culture has to be aligned with that country, and my employees should align to those countries' culture where they are going to work. For example, Japan has different culture, Germany has different culture, US has different culture. So I used to make sure that every country has the aligned culture with my employees. So through lot of policies, process, guidelines, and when they go to the employee side, then customers should feel very nice. For me, I used to practice always a club that my employee is my customer. My employee is the most valued customer for me as HR person. Their joy, their happiness, and their pride in the work, their growth is my priority. And that's reason as the global HR head, I always keep moving. I always feel I should go the employee to understand their issues, their problem, not they should come to me. So this was the key mantra for me to drive across the country all the global HR practices where employees should feel empowered, they should feel connected, and they should feel that company is investing time on their development. So the skill development, lot of training program, competency development, leadership development, uh, vertical and horizontal growth, because some of the HR guys they want to move to quality, some of the software people they want to move to marketing, some of the marketing people they want to move to sales. So we provided those kinds of forum where you can have horizontal and vertical growth, and that's how people should feel a great sense of pride because their growth is there, their recognition is there. You know, the research says, Eklavya, that reason for joining and reason for leaving are the same. There are 0.89% correlation on these two. Why people join? Because of the good working environment, better learning, reward and recognition, accessibility to the seniors, compensation comes last. And because of only these reasons, people leave. So I used to make very sure that every employee's career planning is done, career counseling is done, their potential is identified, their potential gap is identified, and accordingly they are provided training and development to fill up the gaps and their growth. Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Sir, how do you align HR strategies with overall business goals in large organizations?
So, Eklavya, I know it is very important that HR is no more a support function. HR is the growth partner. HR is the business partner. HR is the change agent. HR is the innovator. So HR must understand the business strategy more than the salespeople. So I used to take the initiative to drive the business strategy of the company, to understand what company's business plan, what company's business strategy for next year, for another coming 2 3 years. And accordingly, I used to align the employees' competency, which is required for the business competency. So if HR people align the HR strategy with the business strategy of the company, align the employees' skill, competency, and talent, which is required for the driving business, then it is very smooth, and then it is win-win for the employee and the organization. So that has been my key driving force to align the strategy and business.
Thank you, sir. Sir, very insightful. Sir, having managed over 20,000 employees globally, How do you ensure consistency in company culture across geographies?
Yes, so Eklavya, as I told you, it is all, every country we had the policy for every country based on the country law of the land, because for example, employment condition and employment terms of each country is different. US has something called employment at will, which is not in India, which is not in Germany, which is not in Japan. So managing, I had of course the team of around 150 HR people globally, including United Nations. And that's how, with the proper policy, proper process, proper guidelines for each country, we had aligned each country HR policies and making sure that every employee follows that HR policy. Every employee is continuously given the updates, the orientation program, the training programs, the policy orientations, and that's how I used to have a lot of town hall meetings globally across the country wise, function wise. So openly employee can ask any issue. And I had something called Talk to Me. So Talk to Me was the very confidential uh, app which used to be directly with me and employee. And I will not even know the name of the employee, but they can raise any issue from across the country. And I had commitment to address those issues within 24 hours. And that's how, being connected with the employee, making sure they are updated and policy and process. And that's how, across the organization it has been very smooth. And still, even the employee who has been with me last 15-20 years, we all are in touch. And we really feel very pride about that.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you have handled IPOs, M&As, and large-scale organization transformations. Sir, which of these has been the most challenging and why?
So multiple IPOs, where the as a HR person, it is very important because a lot of government guidelines has come, lot of due diligence for the process and systems and process, documents, key management team. Everything has to be driven by HR, and everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be aligned with the need of the government, because corporate governance was one of the key focus for the IPOs. Compliances of everything has to be very proper. All the even last 3 years employees data exit, everything has to be handled properly. Managing with the press, managing with the bankers, shareholders, contributing in the red herring prospect of the IPOs. So all those has been very, very enriching, very, very great learning. Lot of merger and acquisitions where you have to do lot of due diligence of the company, where you don't know what is there. One of the Fortune company, we were doing the merger and acquisition of their one of the business unit, and in the due diligence we found company has given so much loan to employees. There was no data, there was no documents, many such things which we found during the due diligence. So and also it is very important that once the merger and acquisition is happening, other company employees, they feel very fear कि मेरा जॉब तो नहीं चला जाएगा, whether I am there. To ensuring that the employees are at comfort, that everybody will be in the company, nothing to worry, all the policies will remain. So those has been very major focus. And I used to ensure that through town hall meetings, to the personal meeting, to the HODs meeting, the employees are at peace and they are comfortable, though the company is going to get acquired or merged, but their job will continue, their growth will continue. uh, so these are the, because 90% M&A fails because of this cultural integration, policy integration, process integration, and structure integration. So this I used to make sure that all the structure, all the process and policies are integrated and the culturally integrated. not to change anything overnight, go in the phased manner, slowly understand the issues and culture, have a lot of town hall meetings, let employees should open, and that's how it has been very smooth and globally. I really enjoyed M&As and the IPOs. And IPO is one way where, a company can create wealth for the employee and for the company.
Thank you, sir. Sir, as someone who has served as a group CHRO for multiple organizations, how has the role of HR evolved over the years?
So, as I told you, Eklavya, I had gone for a interview in one of the top automobile company, maybe 25 years back. So the HR department used to be in the last corner of that whole campus. And in one of the company when I went, it was rainy season. एंड दी टेबल के ऊपर एक बकेट रखा था क्योंकि ऊपर से पानी गिर रहा था तो पानी बकेट में गिरे. So that was the HR scenario. It used to be record keeping, personal admin management kind of 25 years back. Now HR department is next to the chairman's office. HR department is kind of the strategic advisor to the CEO and the chairman. HR department is absolutely like growth partner and the business partner. So HR department, many my CHROs, many HR heads had become the CEO and the chairman of the company, even in the PSUs, and they are very successful. So HR has evolved from the support function to a enabler, business enabler function, to a strategic partner function, to a growth partner function. So it is growing day by day, Eklavya, and it is plays very important role.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you have also been associated with CSR initiatives. How can companies integrate CSR into the core business strategy effectively?
So it is very important, CSR in the Article 135 of Company Act, 2% of the profit the company has to share, and it is not anywhere they can spend. The simple definition of CSR is anything which is helping the employee and the family is not CSR. So I was fortunate to be in the initial stage when CSR was introduced with some of the senior bureaucrats. So the CSR, every company has, it is mandatory that they should have a CSR committee headed by independent director, and every company must have the CSR focus. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has come out with the few area where you can have CSR, and they have also identified NGOs through which you can have the CSR partnership. So, for example, in Datamatics, I had two focus area of the CSR. One was the environment, and one was the employability. So, employability in the sense of any kind of employability. For example, handicapped people, they had no skill, so we developed the skill and we gave them computer and we employ them. We had the single mother, and almost thousands of single mother, we trained them and deployed them, and they became very productive and they work from home, so they did not come to office. So every company can have these kinds of initiative which can add value to the business, as well as this is adding value to the improving the social life and the economic status of the people at large. So that is how the HR can play important role, CSR can play important role to add value to the neglected people, socially weaker section of the people, and to uplift them for the better life and better quality of life.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what role do ethics and values play in shaping organizational success?
Very high, I will say, club that any company which wants to grow, any larger organization, you cannot survive without very solid ethics and value, very solid corporate governance, very solid compliance. When I was attending the uh, master class to become independent director, we had lot of case studies about the ethics and values where, Satyam case, Enron case, many such cases were discussed at large, how the ethical values were not followed and the company had serious problem. So company must have very strong ethical values, very strong corporate governance, very strong compliances of the law of the land, and then only company can grow. And this is absolutely non-negotiable. And there is no shortcut of following ethics and values. And we had so many examples in the industry by the great companies, and that is how they are great company to follow ethics and values.
Thank you, sir. That was very insightful. Sir, you are a certified corporate director. How does
Yes.
boardroom leadership differ from HR leadership?
Uh, it is absolutely complementary and supplementary, I will say, Klabya, because the HR is also the kind of custodian of the governance, policies, process, and the board of director supervises that. And now government has made lot of changes in the to become independent director and board of directors rule. For example, suppose if you are board of director and you have not attended the meeting, even if you have not signed the minutes of the meeting, still you are the responsible for the board decisions. So role of independent director has become very, very important in last 2 3 years, and a director also has to go through some test, as Ministry of Corporate Affairs has uh, given some test. They also should be aware about the company. So HR, since it is the more concerned with the HR department, but the board of directors ID is concerned for the whole company, for the whole company's growth, whole company's the governance, and whole company's the profit and loss. So that is how it is in the larger perspective.
Thank you, sir. Sir, could you elaborate your experience as a lead assessor for the People Capability Maturity Model PCMM?
Yes, Kalab. So it is very, very great experience. The people capability maturity model has been developed by Carnegie Mellon University. They also have developed software capability maturity model, SCI, PCMM, and PCMM. Uh, Dr. Bill Curtis, who is the principal architect of the PCMM, he invited the applications in 2000, 2002 from all over country, and I think thousands of application gone, and he selected only 9 people from those applications, and he gave these 9 people. I was fortunate to be one of them. He trained for almost 2 3 weeks about this people capability maturity model. It has the 5 level, and it should start from the basic level, then competency based level, then quantifying level, and then continuous innovations and improvements. So it sets the HR practices, people practices in the organization across the level in a phased manner, and it is for continuous improvement. It is for continuous innovations. It is for continuous upgrading the employee and the system and process. So it is one of the best model, and I implemented that model at data metrics at level 5 version 2, assessed by KPMG, and we became the top 5 in the world that time, and then it is followed by many other companies. So it has been great enriching as a lead assessor for the PCM.
Thank you, sir. Sir, how can organizations enhance their human capital capabilities using global benchmarks like PCMM?
So it is very important, and if company follows the practicing the PCMM model, then over a period of time, the employees' growth, employees' competence development, performance assessment of the employee, learning and development of the employee, reward and recognition of the employee, quantifying performance measure, all these points, which is very, very serious and very, very important for the company, will automatically will be as a policy, as a process in the organization. So the maturity level, the growth level of the organization will automatically will grow day by day without any entrance. Retention of the employee will be high. The attracting of the employee at the leadership level and the junior level will be high, because there is a competency based assessment, there is competency based interview, there is a competency based selection, and there is a skill based selection. So those, if you have the right people at the right time with the right skill, with the right attitude, then naturally employee will grow and organization will grow.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you have guided PhD scholars and mentored numerous professionals. What advice would you give to aspiring HR leaders?
So HR leaders, first, it is very important. You need to be very humble. You need to be very courteous to your employees. Generally, this is one area where I think HR people really need to have serious concern for development. Uh, because HR has everything with them. They have all the confidential data. They have all the, they issue the offer letter, appointment letter, promotion letter, anything. So all these things makes HR people, हमारे पास तो सब कुछ है. So HR people has to be aligned with the company strategy. Number one, HR people must treat every employee with respect. HR people must understand the employees' growth, the potential gap, the skill gap, and accordingly they should organize the training and development program. HR people should organize the lot of certification for employees which they can, develop their knowledge as a skill on ongoing basis. So these are the very important, and HR must be at the doorstep of the employee. Employees should feel that they can go and share their issues, their concern, their problems with the HR people without any fear. So openness, transparency, and HR also must lead by example. HR also must be a role model in terms of behavior, etiquette, and attitude, and that's how HR people can make a lot of difference in the organization culture and the employees' life.
Thank you, sir. Sir, how can academia and industry collaborate better to prepare future HR professionals for real world challenges?
So, very good question, Eklavya. I think this is very important. अभी जो यूनिवर्सिटी के सिलेबस हैं, एकेडमिक सिलेबस हैं, BC एवरीडे, so the academic institute should have the advisory council of each department, of each specialization. For example, HR. So HR में the institute can create advisory council where you can have your 1 2 alumni. You should have 2 3 industry leaders, and you should have 1 2 of your faculty members. So your alumni will say that what I have learned in this institute and what was the gap when I went to the industry. The industry leader will say कि आपका जो syllabus है उसमें ये चीजें मिस हो रही हैं. These 3 4 things must students also should know. So these kinds of interaction may not, I'm not telling to change your syllabus, but those additional skills which is required for the industry must be taught by the institute, whether it is workshop, whether it is master class, whether it is weekend classes, because student must know what is the digitization, what is the open source, what is the cyber security, what is the HR accounting, what is the human resource accounting, what is the AI, what is the ML, what is going to be the impact. So if the students of the institute is not knowing this, and industry need these things, then students will not be able to make impact and they will not be able to grow. So that's the reason this academic industry gap is very important, and institute and industry both should come together. identify the gap area, and impart those knowledge and skill to the students so that they can become more impactful, they can become more important, and they should be able to contribute to the industry wherever they join in a more meaningful manner.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what are your thoughts on the future of HR in the age of AI automation and digital transformation?
See, it is certainly going to impact, but I think it is going to impact in a very positive manner. For example, I have my own AI tool, and out of 100 CV, AI helps me to interview these five people who has the right skill, who has the right competence, and then it makes my life easy. So AI ML is going to help the HR to become more impactful, to become more faster in the decision making, to have the better analysis of data so that they can take the right decision. But finally, it is human touch, it is the personal touch, which is very important for HR to have with their employees, which cannot replace by any technology. Technology is only enabler, it cannot replace. So HR people must not lose the human touch, the personal touch, the employee communication, the meeting with the employees, and that is how AI and ML will play role, but it will help. It will be enabler, not the replacement.
Thank you, sir. Sir, that was a very good insight, sir. Sir, how can HR professionals balance technology adaptation with human touch and empathy in management?
Yes, so I think it is the same question. So, uh, see, technology is important. Every HR person must be techno oriented. For example, earlier we used to manage the payroll through Excel, but now every company has their own HRMIS, HR technology tool, HR systems, where on a fingertips you can know whatever you want for employee. Employee can download their pay slip. Employee can take everything in the online. Very few things which employee has to talk to HR. Otherwise, everything is online. So technology is very important. Employee must understand technology, and they should be aware about the technology. They should be practicing the technology, online, offline. Now everything is there. We are here. You see online. So that's the reason it is important that the HR department must ensure that whatever needed technology for the employee to become more impactful on the job, they should provide the opportunity to learn and to train them. यस या एकलव्य आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Sir, am I audible now, sir?
या ऑडिबल ऑडिबल.
Sir, having served as the chairman of World Education Congress, what key themes do you see emerging in the global education and HR space?
So it is again the future of work. What is going to be the future of work? So that is the key challenge for the HR and the education people. Uh, every The competition is getting very high. Lot of foreign universities are coming to India. Every 2 tier, 3 tier cities, lot of these things are happening. At the same time, the global scenario of the HR, where the concern is the what is going to be. For example, lot of discussion we are having, workforce by 2030, workforce by 2047. So the gig workers, in recent past, you must have heard about the multiple things, resignations, and then people are working on moonlighting. Same employees are working on the different companies. So all these things has created a lot of ethical issues, a lot of concerns for the HR, how to manage this hybrid working, working from home, monitoring the workspace. So these are the key challenges, and technology is helping HR to monitor these kinds of challenges and I'm sure it is going to be further helpful because every employee is now aware. They are aware about their role responsibilities, performance measurement, quantifying performance measurement. So these things will be easily implementable through technology and technology updation and implementing technology across the organization. So this will make things much faster, much easier, and with the quality.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what role do leadership development and mentorship play in building a strong organizational pipeline?
So it is very important that building the leaders, building the future leaders. That has been my passion. Identifying the future leaders in the organization, identifying the people who are potential to grow. So mentoring has to be done for the key positions. You know, organization, you cannot put organization at risk. You cannot have the leaders who are the indispensable. So every key position must have a proper succession planning by the organization, by the HR people. CEO and the CHRO both sit together, identify the key position, identify the succession planning, and have the proper mentorship and coaching of these future leaders to develop the right skills, right attitude, leadership qualities, and also the business skills. And have lot of program like finance for non-finance, legal for non-legal, HR for non-HR, technology for non-technology. So have the proper orientation of these leaders uh, to give the exposure of all these various critical domains, and then you can develop future leaders with lot of follow up, lot of assessment, implement the assessment center across the organization to identify the leadership competencies and potential competencies, and so that they can take the higher responsibility in future, and which is very important for any organization.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you have received numerous prestigious awards, including the JRD Tata HR Leadership Award. Which recognition has been most meaningful to you personally?
See, the first one, which was the Young Scientist Award from Ministry of Science and Technology, was kind of very important and meaningful. And then reward and recognition plays important role. Even Chanakya says uh, that even king needs appreciation. So if you do good job, if you get recognized from the industry, from your professional colleagues, then it creates lot of pride. I am also in the Rotary Club, so I was the president of Rotary Club, and I did lot of projects for the tribal people, for the large number of tribal students, for their hygiene, for their hemoglobin status. I mean, tribal students, you will not believe, 10-10 किलोमीटर से बेचारे नंगे पाँव आते थे, उनको कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है चप्पल क्या होता है, ब्रश क्या होता है. These they were not even aware, working for them. उनके गांव में लाइट्स नहीं थी, उनको सोलर लैंप दिया. दे वर नॉट एबल टू इवन अंडरस्टैंड कि घर में लाइट आ सकती है. उनके पेरेंट्स दे आर दी पेंटर्स. वो दिन में चले जाएंगे विलेज में, खेत में काम करने. बच्चे घर पे रहेंगे, लाइट है नहीं तो पढ़ाई हो नहीं सकती. So we tie up with some organization and we provide one solar lamp to every house. There was no water in the village. 10-10 किलोमीटर से पानी ले लेके आते थे. हमने जब पहला हैंड पाइप लगाया उस विलेज में, और हैंड पाइप से क्लब, यू विल नॉट बिलीव, जब पानी निकला, so the villagers were not able to believe कि this is the water. So lot of such things can be done, and lot of things needs to be done. uh, Everybody has to work on this. किसी के जख्म को मरहम दिया है अगर तूने, समझ ले तूने खुदा की ही बंदगी की है.
Thank you, sir. Very inspiring, sir. Sir, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate after such an accomplished career?
So what, again I tell you, तुलसीदास जी ने कहा, स्वांता सुखाए तुलसी रघुनाथ गाथा. You feel always pride to whatever you do. and you always try to develop your knowledge, your skills from the great leader like Professor Ajay Kumar and everybody. Learn from them, imbibe from them, and that's how you keep growing. And then you develop your people. You will not believe my four secretaries. They are now director HR, they are vice president HR. I can give their phone number, you can talk to them, and they are getting good salary because I develop them, I groom them, move them from secretary role to HR role, and with their efforts, and they are now doing very well. So this is the my pleasure that now they are doing well. So developing the leader, contributing to the growth of the people is very important, and that's give you a lot of satisfaction. That's give you a lot of joy. This midday meal, what I am engaged, uh, I organized three live concert of the late Jagdish Singh ji. Whatever profit I got, I gave it to the midday meal. You know, they are feeding almost 10 lakhs children every day. And these children get only one meal in a day. And because of this meal, they come to the school. And because of they come to school, so you are increasing the education and literacy of the country. So, किसी भी रूप में, if you want to help anybody, where you can improve, bring a smile, improve the life, God will help you and you will have the great joy and you will have great satisfaction in your profession, in your personal life. हमेशा सोचो हाउ आई कैन हेल्प. अब्दुल कलाम, उनको किसी ने पूछा कि सर आप हमेशा खुश क्यों रहते हैं, वाई यू लाफ एवरी टाइम, वाई यू, सर आपको कभी दुखी देखा ही नहीं. तो उन्होंने जवाब क्या दिया, आई ऑलवेज थिंक व्हाट आई कैन गिव टू द पीपल, what I can give to my friends, what I can give, always joy of giving. So practice this eclipse. You will feel great pride and you will have lot of joy, lot of self-satisfaction. Your self-actualization, need of hierarchy. You will be at self-esteem and self-actualization. Yes, eclipse. You are on mute. Eclipse, are you there?
Yeah, please unmute yourself, Eklavya, then ask question.
Eclipse, please unmute. Yes.
Yes, sir. I was on mute. Y- Yes, sir. So, sir, I would like to ask you, sir, that how do you see the role of mental health and well-being integrated into HR
Akali,
practices
unmute
today?
once again. Akali, forum is open for all. Unmute once again, sir.
Yes, yes, Eclipse.
Yes, sir. So I would like to ask, sir, what do you see the role of mental health and well-being integrated into HR practices today?
So, there has been this survey of around 7,000 CHROs by the Gartner. And there was one question, what are the top five priorities of your organization for the next year? So the first priority has come, which was never there in the previous years, is the mental health of the employee and the experience of the employee. So, because of the hybrid and the online working, employees are more stressed because home is not where they are used to do the job. If you are in the office, then you meet friends, have cup of tea, go in the canteen, lot of things happen. So the mental health has increased, the mental stress has increased, the lot of such issues are there. So the it is very important that organizations should have a clinical psychologist, a counseling psychologist in the organization, and these are the very mature and very natural need. For many employees, they want to get counsel, they want to get some discussion, they want to have some advice. So the mental health has become very important since last 2 3 years, maybe particularly after COVID, and it is important. Organizations should have priority, should have the budget allocated for the mental health, for the for kind of intervention, how people can have stress free life, how they can be happy, how they can be coached, how they can be mentored. And so it is very important. So it is integration of employee experience, employee happiness with the good mental health intervention is the need of the hour, and many organizations are doing that, which was never there. Yes, Eklavya.
Thank you. Sir, now I would like to give chance to other fellow students to ask questions.
Yes, yes, most welcome.
Any question from anyone? From the audience, any question? Professor Mahesh or anyone else? Okay, Eklavya, you can continue. If you have more questions, you can continue.
Yes, Eklavya.
Yes, sir. Sir, I don't have any further questions, sir.
So, Eklavya, I want to finally say, if so, when the Dhritarashtra asked Sanjay that who is going to win the Mahabharat war, so Sanjay says, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Tatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Vijayor Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matirmam. Wherever Yogeshwar Krishna, Krishna is the symbol of vision. So all of you should become Yogeshwar Krishna for yourself. You set your vision, you set your career path, you set your goal, you set your direction of yourself. Then you become Parth, Arjun. Arjun is the symbol of target oriented behavior, execution, getting things done, setting on the target. You become Parth. So you set your goal, you implement, execute your goal with honesty, sincerity, and commitment. Then what happened? Then Sri. Sri is the prosperity. Sri is the CTC. Sri is the annual salary. Sri is the your wealth. So once you have vision for yourself, once you implement your vision for yourself with all seriousness like Parth Arjuna, then you will have prosperity, growth, and then you will be winner, you will be winner, and you will be winner. Tat Sri Vijayor Bhutir. Vijay is the victory. You will be winner. All of you will be winner. And once you have the leaders and mentors like Professor Ajay, director, and all your respected gurus, you must win. You must make the your institute pride. You must make your parents proud. You must make your country proud, and you must make all of us proud. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you, Professor Ajay ji, and thank you everybody. Thank you, beloved, for very beautiful and very potential questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chandra Mauli Dwivedi ji. It was really enlightening for the students, and your success story is a role model for them. And
Thank
I'm
you, sir.
sure you'll be able to devote more time with them in the future
Yes, sir.
and
Absolutely.
have at least one as the mentee of yours. We will share with you the list of students those who would
Absolutely,
like
sir.
to have you, and then
Thank
you
you so
can
much, sir.
choose from that. So formal vote of thanks, you can go ahead, Eklavya.
We are sincerely grateful to our honorable guest speaker, Dr. Chandramouli Dwivedi sir, for sharing his valuable time and profound insights on leadership, human resource strategy, and professional excellence. Sir, your inspiring journey and distinguished achievements serve as a true source of motivation for all of us. Your guidance today has provided deep insights into the evolving corporate landscape and the essence of people centric leadership. On behalf of DSPSR, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for gracing us with your presence and wisdom. A sincere thanks also goes to all our respected dignitaries, faculty members, and students for their active participation and constant support. Thank you all once again. Have a wonderful and inspiring evening ahead.